Golly, golly, gosh, we are at day 15. Now, if there is anyone out there that isn't feeling tired right now and feeling a little bit sore, then I want you to put your name in the comments box, or at least put your hand up in the comments box, because we need your kilometers. I I have got to the point where we are having all sorts of technical issues here with feedback. So give me a toe. There we go. Get rid of all that noise. I don't know what that sounded like at your end. Probably feedback coming back through it. But gosh, tiredness. Anyone got tiredness? Like I said, sticky comment in the comment box or in the comment field on the socials that you're looking at, and let me know the tired factor. 5 out of 5 tiredness means you're sort of almost ready to crawl to get across at that finish line. I know our team is going to be down to the wire, so you can guarantee that on Tuesday, as Tuesday unfolds, I'm going to be giving Brad the hard word to constantly be updating that team report. So I don't know how much quiet time he's going to get on Tuesday as we all go into that finish line. But of course, today we have had more finishes. I feel very, very happy for those teams. We now have 42 teams home. How amazing. Thank you, Margie. That's excellent. You're fine form. We'll be talking to you in a few minutes' time. But yeah, we have 42 teams home. Can you imagine? That's amazing. That's absolutely incredible. And in the ticker, you'll be able to see today's finishes. We've had the Raving Bloody Bush Runners, sorry. Have come across the line, the Olidine Oracles. So you talked to Kerry Edwards earlier in the week, the incoming chairperson of RAV. That's her team. She will be back on Sunday night to talk about our new project. Mid-North Coast RAV Legends, Margie, number 2, have come across the line. With the teams that we'll be talking about later today. The Berinda Runners, the Dead Ringers, which is the Australian Funeral Directors Association, have come in. I noticed the team registered quite late. I didn't know if they were going to be joining us this year, but it's wonderful to see that you made it. And now you've made it to the finish line, which is brilliant. We Run for Coffee and Cake, the Serotonin Runners, one of their teams, has also come across the line. So clearly all that coffee and cake have done the treat. And team, amazing. You are amazing, and we love having you back every year, and especially love seeing you come across that finish line. So the numbers are happening. Shall we take a quick dip into the map and actually see who else might be finishing over these next few days? Here we go. Yes, Margie, my clickety-click routine is getting better every night. If you haven't caught the early episodes, this is actually the first time I've ever done live broadcasting in my life. So I always love people to do personal firsts during RAV. Gosh, I am tired. Personal firsts during RAV. And so I think I should challenge myself to personal firsts all the time as well. And so I'm not going to get out and run further than 1,300 kilometres. So this is how I challenge myself, doing live broadcasts every night for 19 days in a row when I've never done it before. I've had to learn all the technology and everything else, but I love it. It's certainly kept me well and truly entertained over these last few weeks. So let's dive into our map, shall we? Let's have a bit of a zoom in and see who is doing what. So as I said, we've got 42 people, 42 teams, already on the finish line. Let's see who might be finishing over these next few days. Zoom. Takes a little bit of a moment to get in there. There we go. So you can see the 42 teams that are already there. Wonder if I can zoom that in a little bit further. There we go. 42 teams. Let's see who's going to be crossing. So they've, again, people seem to be constantly getting distracted by the cafes on the way into Sydney. So who have we got here? We've got Foxy Turtles. Well done. Again, another legendary RAV team that's about to cross the line. And Boobs on the Run, fantastic. Well done. I love what your organisation stands for, and it's wonderful to see that you are so close to that finish line. And then we've got to head out into Western Sydney a little bit further, out to Parramatta, to find Hell on Heels, another legendary team. Congratulations. I'm sure you're going to get there in plenty of time. And let's click in to see who we've got here. Redeemer Lutheran College. That is brilliant. Tomorrow night you are going to meet the students of Redeemer Lutheran College, Year 10 Health. They've been with us for a few years now. They do RAV as part of their Year 10 Health curriculum. And so you'll be seeing a little video from them tomorrow. I told you I'm really tired about what they've been doing during RAV to engage their whole school community in conversations about family violence prevention. Incredible group of students. So it's wonderful to see on the day that we will be airing that little video that they'll be coming across the finish line. It's a huge thing, right? These are students that are going to school all day, and they're a team of 20 and they're going to get there. And who do we have here? RAV Pacer 2, fantastic, another very experienced team that know how to pace their race. Now let's have a look at some other important numbers, shall we? Donations. We have reached $60,000 and $404 tacked onto the end of that. Gosh, does someone else want to do this, Joe? I'm starting to get very tired, aren't I? I'm so excited that we've reached the $60,000 mark. Incredible. So again, reinforcing the message that you've heard over the last few nights is our record is $67,000 of donation in any 1 year of direct donation. So we are well on track to beating that this year. Maybe we can even get up to $70,000. Now, last year, the Run Against Violence Committee then topped up that $67,000 up to $113, I think it ended up being, to achieve our total of $400,000 over the last 4 years. It has gone directly to NAPCAN. All of that money gets invested in the Love Bites program. If you want to understand the impact that money is having, I suggest going and watching the interview from last night with Lisa Waters, the CEO of NAPCAN. Very interesting stuff that RAV has been able to have an impact with. Our vision is for our partnership with Love Bites is to ensure that every Australian teenager has access to respectful relationship education. So we're well on the way to doing that. There's still a long way to go, but we've now got this fantastic rhythm happening every year with these donations. Lisa said last night that we've trained over 700 Love Bites facilitators through the RAV Grants program in the last 4 years. Plus, we've put in place major pieces of infrastructure, adaptations, etc., that enable the national rollout of that program. 700 facilitators. Can you imagine all of them in a room together, how incredible that would look, and how many students are going to be educated, interacted with, touched through those 700 facilitators. Amazing, isn't it? And we all do it by getting here every year and going walkity, walkity, runnity, 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 runnity. Chuff, chuff, hoof, hoof, I was saying to myself today. Whew. Tired girl. Excellent. Right. So I think that's about all my wrap up for today. Now, we have two guests this evening. I'll just get myself back up on the screen. We have two guests for this evening, Margie Lewis and Hannah Tonkin. We recorded this conversation earlier in the day. We did not have very good internet reception. I'm on satellite here, and we were spread out across the state. So the video quality is not great, but I think you can hear most of the audio through the conversation. And I really wanted to play it, even though it wasn't perfect, because I think it's really important messages that Hannah and both Hannah and Margie have to share. Look, I'm not going to give away any of the plot. I'm going to now start playing the video. Like I said, it was pre-recorded earlier today, and I really hope you take the time to listen, because you're seeing two very different perspectives on what the role that we can all play in family violence prevention. They come from two very different viewpoints, but of course it all arrives at the same point of agreement, and that is that we all can hold conversations, and it's through those conversations that we ultimately reach that point where we can build communities where family violence no longer lives. I'm going to sit back and watch the video with you. I am going to possibly have a nice cold drink because I'm tired, I'm dehydrated. It's day 15, but we're here, folks, and I really hope you enjoy this interview.
Run I've gone out and done has been somewhere different, a different track.
So welcome, Margie and Hannah, and we are now at day 15 of the Run Against Violence Virtual Team Challenge for 2020. Can you believe it? Margie, how are you feeling?
I'm getting there. I'm exhausted. But I've tried to make sure that every single walk or run I've gone out and done has been somewhere different, a different track. So that's kept me entertained and kept me challenged, I guess, and not thinking about the actual steps I'm doing.
Yeah. How about you, Hannah? Where are you up to energy-wise on day 15?
I'm feeling pretty good. This is actually the first time I've done this, so I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying the sense of community that I'm getting from it as well.
Brilliant. So Margie, this is number 7 RAV for you, isn't it? You're one of our own.
Has it been that long? Yeah, wow. I actually remember the very first one. We were teams at 10, weren't we?
Yep.
I think. Yep. And we had to get back to we had to get the 1300 case before you got back to the Opera House. And
Yep.
Paula Hagan, one of our members, and myself did 20 Ks each along the riverbank here in Tara to try and get our final Ks before you got to the Opera House, and we just did it. It's a lot easier with 20 people, I can tell you.
Now, when you started up in the Tara area, you had one team in the first year, was it? How did you get your teams together?
Yeah, we had one team, and then the next year we had 2. And we've had 3 up until this year. We've now got 4.
Mm.
Our
And so,
fourth team, sorry.
you go.
Our fourth team, there are a few members here. But they've got family and connections out of like Ridge. So we've got a number of paramedics or ambos and police from Lightning Ridge. Who've joined Mid-Coast RAV Legends 4. And hopefully we'll have 5.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So over that time, what impact have you seen the RAV community having locally, or particularly on the team members, I guess?
Look, locally, people stop us, and these shirts are brilliant. Like the merch is amazing. It gives you it's very visible for people, and I think it forms a safe place, or it highlights a safe place, I think. One lady actually approached me a couple of years ago and said she felt like she could approach me because I had this shirt on. And so wearing the merch around locally I think is promoting others to not only join the teams, but talk about what RAV is and what RAV does. And very occasionally, people who are experiencing some sort of domestic violence or a situation that could end up that way, stop and have conversations or just talk. Yeah.
And this year's theme has been caring conversations. And I know you've got a lot of professional training in your career background about how to have thoughtful, caring conversations with people. Have you got any tips, or when people do approach you, how do you tend to respond? How do you support that person when they're sharing stories with you?
I remain open. Like my body, I'm really conscious of my body language. So I remain open with my body language and I just listen. I don't necessarily respond, and I don't have to respond. Sometimes this response isn't required. Just at the beginning of this challenge, I can't remember where I was. It was so long ago, 15 days ago. A lady came up and said, "I want to thank you." And I didn't know her from bar of soap, and she just said, "I want to thank you. I've read the back of your shirt. I think I know what that's about, and I just want to say thank you." And she walked off. I didn't say a word. I don't know what her situation was, but I felt so empowered by that moment. That something had created a moment for her where she felt she could reach out. Yeah.
It feels really special when you can do that for someone, doesn't it? And
it really does. It really does. It's why one of the reasons why I keep coming back. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And it's still here. It's not going away quickly. So yeah, building the awareness continually is yeah.
Wonderful. So Hannah, this is your first RAV challenge. Thank you for joining us and coming on board. How's your first 15 days been?
It's been good. I've had some days where I've had a long run. I've had other days where I have done almost nothing. So it's been a little bit varied, but I've been trying to get the kilometres up, and I've been enjoying the team. Margie was kind enough to let me join her team with a number of people from Taree and all across actually different parts of New South Wales and even in Queensland, and several members of my office here in Sydney have also joined the same team. So we've used it as a bit of a bonding opportunity for our office as well, which has been really wonderful.
Yeah. And with the enormous workload you guys have got on, it must be good to be able to go out and, as I say, do some exercise, get some fresh air together, and yeah, manage your stress that way. Too. So really, so
Exactly.
when you take your when you take your shoes off, your running shoes off, Hannah, you've got quite a significant role in ending domestic and family violence in New South Wales. Hi, folks. Yeah, super sorry about how glitchy this video's been. We have had some internet issues today for sure. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop it there because there's some really good stuff in this video, and I'm going to schedule it for another night. So thank you so much to everyone who has sat through it for this long. Yeah, it really, I want to try and sort out the tech because, or at least hopefully the satellite starts doing its thing, because it is a really good conversation between Margie and Hannah, and I'd really love for all of you to be able to enjoy it. So thank you for persisting this long. Thank you for everyone and everything they're doing during the challenge, and good luck with day 16, and I will see you tomorrow night.